Hey guys, welcome back into the Madman Betting Podcast. Here we go, guys. Week number 4, college football. Week number 3 in the NFL. And man, has it been a crazy start to the season so far. College and NFL, there's been a ton of upsets. Some teams, and I mentioned this earlier in some podcasts, going to be some NFL teams that might sneak into the playoffs and surprise some people. Also some teams that might surprise you throughout the season and win a few games that they weren't expecting to win. And guys, how about those Kansas City Chiefs? 0-2 to start the season, and I couldn't be happier. You guys know I'm a Pittsburgh fan, but I can't stand Kansas City. So, and I know there's a lot of fans out there that feel the same way I do. Being 0-2 is going to be tough now that the Chargers have started 2-0. And don't be surprised if Vegas don't upset the apple cart, as they say, winning a couple of these games, shaking up that division. But I really believe the Chargers have got a stranglehold on the AFC West. Just a ton of stuff this year. Like I said, a ton of upsets. You know, Clemson going down week 1. That's one. You know, and I had them winning the ACC. I don't know that that's the case now, because last week we gave out Georgia Tech, won the game outright against Clemson. A lot of people out there did not like my pick when I gave out Georgia Tech. But guys, I bet it all the way down. We got closing line value. I had it in at 7. Georgia Tech gets the outright win. They very well may be the upset special, and I had them as one of my sleepers. I really believe they got a shot now to where if they can get past Miami, they can win that ACC, possibly get a playoff berth. So pay attention to Georgia Tech the rest of the year. Let's dive right in. Guys, I hope you went to the window last week with us. Follow us on all of our social media. Get over to MadManClub.com. Get registered. All of our picks are on MadManClub.com. No charge. All of our college plays, all of my NFL plays, all of our plays are no charge. And the one everybody loves, that Madman Dog of the Week, every single week. And how about that dog last week? Delaware pulling the outright upset against UConn as a 10-point dog. And we gave it to you right here on this podcast. So guys, stay tuned. We got another one this week. We also got a 2-team parlay we're giving out this week. Don't do a ton of parlays, but I really like this one. I think we got a shot at it. Let's dive into some college football right now, and let's get started. When we talk about North Texas and Army, guys, I really like the Mean Green. They're going against Army, and guys, you know how it is. You play these service academies, they line it up, they go real slow, they take the time off the clock. We got a play on this game. Get over to MadManClub.com. The total between North Texas and Army, that is our play. So make sure you get over to the Madman Club and check out the play on that game this week. Another game we got going on this week, we're going to give this one out right now. Toledo and Western Michigan. Western Michigan catching 14.5. I really don't like Toledo's chances of covering 14.5. In the conference, in the MAC, laying 14.5 against Western Michigan. Guys, take Western Michigan plus 14.5. Don't be surprised if it's close enough in the fourth quarter for Western Michigan to pull the outright upset. This could be a very close game. So take Western Michigan plus the 14.5 in college football against Toledo this week. Another game I want to talk about, part of our 2-team parlay this week. Miami of Ohio playing UNLV. UNLV's got to get on a plane, come all the way across the country, play a noon kickoff, 9 o'clock body clock for these kids. I don't look for them to get a fast start. Miami of Ohio coming off a bye. We'll be ready. The line is 2.5. Look for Miami of Ohio to possibly pull the outright upset against UNLV this week. Take Miami of Ohio plus 2.5 in college football. And guys, that brings me to my two-team parlay for this week. It is posted over on our website. Our two-team parlay this week: Miami of Ohio plus the 2.5, Western Michigan plus 14.5 against Toledo. Two-team parlay, 3-unit play. All of our units are also posted on our Madman website. So when you get over there, you'll be able to see how we played these units, which games we've got marked as a bigger unit play than others. You guys know how we do it. Every unit, if $100 better, $100 is one unit. If you're a $10 better, a $10 play is one unit. That's how we rate our plays. We rate them all on a unit basis. The ones we like the most, we'll have a 5, 6, 7-star play on. So guys, when you get over to our website, you'll see that when you log in and you look at our Madman college plays, our NFL plays, and our dog of the week. They're all rated by units. And right now, like I said, we're up 45 units for the year. Next play on the board, NC State plus 3.5 against Duke this week. These two teams have looked pretty good, and they've had a pretty good start to the season. A couple tough little outings for both of them. Now they meet, guys. Duke is minus 3.5. Get over to MadManClub.com. That play is on that website. Go to those college plays. Get your email in. Get registered. Follow us on all of our social media sites. But get over to MadManClub.com and get that play on Duke, NC State. And we got a huge game in the Big Ten. And this one's going to be real, real good. I love our play on this game. It's Nebraska playing Michigan. Nebraska's catching 2.5. You got this rookie going on the road to play at Nebraska. Going to be interesting. Going to be very loud. And going to be a ruckus crowd when you get out to Nebraska. Guys, we love this game. Got a huge play on it. It's over on the website, MadManClub.com. Make sure you get over there and get the winner. Let's go to the window and cash a ticket on the Nebraska-Michigan game this weekend. Notre Dame playing Purdue. We got a play on this game as well. Purdue looking pretty good, scoring some points. Notre Dame is absolutely, they've looked great. I think if they can run out, they're going to have a shot at getting into the playoffs, playing a Purdue team, and I think they're a pretty big favorite. Guys, we got a play on Purdue and Notre Dame this week. Make sure you get over to MadManClub.com and get that play on Notre Dame and Purdue. Indiana and Illinois, this line opened up as a short. Indiana laying the 2.5 or 3. That line is now up to 5, 5.5. Indiana, Illinois. I really believe that Illinois is definitely my sleeper play. I said it earlier in the season, before the college season kicked off, that Illinois was one of my sleepers in the Big Ten. I still think they are, but this week I believe they're going to stub their toe when they run into Indiana. I like Indiana's chances. Take the Indiana Hoosiers this week minus the 5.5 against Illinois in college football. Texas Tech catching 3.5 against Utah this weekend, and this is a big, big game for both of these teams. Texas Tech went out and spent more money than anyone in the country in NIL deals to get all the talent that they could absolutely find, and man, they've got it, and they have absolutely been laying the points to them the first couple weeks of the season. Utah's looked good as well. This game's out in Utah. We know how it is in the elements when you go out there and play. Texas Tech and Utah. Guys, get over to MadManClub.com. This play, we got it. And we're going to go to the window and cash some tickets on this game, Texas Tech and Utah. So get over to MadManClub.com and let's make sure we cash a ticket on this Texas Tech-Utah game this weekend. Which brings me to my college dog of the week this week. We've looked at it. We've dug deep. We've went out there and tried to find something that we think we can walk out on a limb and pick the one we like. And guys, this week we are taking Eastern Michigan plus 2.5 as our dog of the week against Louisiana. Do not be surprised if Eastern Michigan does not pull the outright upset against Louisiana this weekend. So guys, our dog of the week, week number 4, college football, take Eastern Michigan against Louisiana plus the 2.5 as our dog of the week. Guys, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. We want to talk a little bit about NFL. Got some plays we really like in the NFL this week. Going to be some overreaction to some of these teams that are 0-2. Everybody's going to be betting against these guys. Everybody's going to think there's no way they're going to come out from under that 0-2 window and come out and win a game. So guys, we're going to give you some NFL plays, some information we like real well in the NFL this week. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Are you tired of losing your bets every week? Join the club. Get over to MadManClub.com and let's cash in. For a limited time, you pay nothing. College, NFL, prop bets, and the play everyone loves, the Madman Dog of the Week. So get over to MadManClub.com and start winning today.
Welcome back in, guys. Now we're going to talk about a little NFL. And we didn't have a great week last week. We were on the right side, but sometimes the players just don't pull it out for us. We really liked some of these games last week. Miami went out there, lost in the last couple minutes. Jacksonville winning the game through the entire game and ended up losing it late. But here we go again. We're going to dive right in, jump with some NFL plays this week that we really like. I really think we got a good shot at some of these games just because the public is going to overreact and look at some of these teams and just understand that they don't have a chance. And I want to start off with one of those plays is the Carolina Panthers. Carolina 0-2. Everybody's going to write them off. They got Atlanta coming to town. They've shown signs late in games, and they kept it close last week. Got to cover against Arizona. The offensive line's got to have some time to gel. I really believe that Carolina is going to win some of these games this year, especially when they're at home and especially when they're playing in the division. These guys know each other so well. They play twice a year. Carolina, although they haven't looked great right now, they're going to continue to get a little better. I told you guys they were one of the teams that I thought would go over their win total. I think Bryce Young did a great job last year. Come back off the bench after getting benched earlier in the season. Showed signs of life late in the year last year. Take the Carolina Panthers against the Atlanta Falcons, catching 5.5 Sunday in the NFL. I really like the Carolina Panthers. And don't be surprised if the public don't lay the wood with Atlanta and Carolina doesn't pull this outright upset. They're going to get them a win, and it's probably going to come at home here soon, and that'll be the win that helps get them to the next level. And I think once they get that first win, they will begin to start putting a win or two together throughout the season. So take the Carolina Panthers plus the 5.5 against the Atlanta Falcons this week in the NFL. Another game we like real well, guys, I like this game just because the fact that I like Tyrod Taylor. He's getting the start this week. The Jets play Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay has won 2 games in the last minute of the game. So they've done it in back-to-back weeks. That can't continue. You can't fall behind the way the Tampa Bay has and continue to come back and win these games. I think that Tyrod Taylor gives the Jets a better chance of beating Tampa Bay than Justin Fields does. And now that he's getting a start, I really like the fact that we're getting 7 points playing Tampa Bay this week. I love the Jets this weekend against Tampa Bay. Look for them to keep this game close. Again, that Tampa Bay may win this one in the fourth quarter with a minute left, but it'll be a 3-4 point game. I really believe that the Jets will keep it under the 7-point spread. So take the New York Jets and Tyrod Taylor this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and let's go cash this ticket. Another one I like real well is the Las Vegas Raiders this week. Guys, the Raiders looked awful last weekend, and I took them. They couldn't move the ball. They're throwing interceptions. Geno Smith looked like trash. And I don't think he's that bad of a quarterback. I believe sometimes you just got to get out on the road, get everything behind you, go play ball, which I think they can do this weekend against the Washington team, where the line has already moved in the favor of the Raiders, probably due to injury, I understand. However, I think the Raiders can keep this game close. Take the Las Vegas Raiders this weekend against the Washington Commanders, and don't be surprised if Vegas does not pull the outright upset this weekend against Washington. Another game I like real well, I'm not a huge fan, do not like Tennessee, haven't ever liked Tennessee. I just think they don't have the ownership all the way down to the coaching staff. They've made a ton of mistakes over the last few years. Hint, Derrick Henry, who is in Baltimore right now, rushing for 1,900 yards a season. That's what disappoints me when you have a team like Tennessee with a running back like Derrick Henry and you let him walk right out the front door. Oh yeah, A.J. Brown, who is in Philadelphia. These are a couple things that they let happen. This is why they're in the position they're in. However, I don't like Indianapolis either, and I don't think Daniel Jones is the end-all be-all. Call him Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes, whatever you want to call him. That day will come to an end, and I think it might be this weekend. I really like Tennessee. Take the Tennessee Titans against the Indianapolis Colts Sunday in the NFL, and don't be surprised if Tennessee don't also pull the outright upset. One more game I want to talk about, and I really am a little torn to take this team, but I'm going to. I've looked at this game pretty close. I know that Philadelphia, they spent all offseason celebrating the Super Bowl. They spent week 2 playing in a rematch to the team that they played in the Super Bowl. So you know that energy's at a high level to play that game and to come away with a win in that game as well when they beat Kansas City, and they put Kansas City in a bind at 0-2. So I'm sure they put a ton of energy into that game, a ton of thought process into that game, and now you take that deep breath, and now you got to play the Los Angeles Rams, who come in with Stafford, and I really believe that Philadelphia may take a step back this week. I really like the Los Angeles Rams against Philadelphia this weekend. Los Angeles was catching 4.5. That line is now dropped to 3.5. It's moving a little bit toward what we call some closing line value. Take the Los Angeles Rams plus the 3.5 against the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday in the NFL. So there you have it, guys. We got some college plays. We got some NFL plays. We gave a few out on the podcast. The rest of those plays are over on MadManClub.com. Make sure you get over there to our Madman Club webpage. Get registered. As soon as you're registered, everything's no charge right now. College plays, NFL plays, and that one everybody loves, that Madman Dog of the Week. And guys, this week, the Madman Dog of the Week is Eastern Michigan. That's Eastern Michigan plus the 3 against Louisiana. Don't be surprised if Eastern Michigan don't pull the outright upset. So guys, for another week, that is a wrap. Make sure we continue to bet smart and bet like a madman.